Hello, how are you doing? Welcome. My name is Rechael Mbugwa. Thank you for subscribing on my YouTube channel, Heart Clinic. But if you haven't, kindly subscribe, like, and feel free to share. Today, we are answering questions. The question comes from a lady, and it says, how do I accept to be led as a lady, yet my husband takes forever to make decision, or even at times, he never makes a decision? I would like to thank you for your question. Decision making is not an easy thing. It is a daily activity that everyone has to do, whether big or small. Decision making is not easy because no one wants to make mistake. There are various factors that one may consider because they affect the way in which decision making is done today. I will share them before responding to your question. Number one, personality. There are people who are quick to make decisions because they are hasty in making decision. Timelines. How long do I have for me to make a decision? Knowledge and understanding. If you're asking me to make a decision on a medical perspective and I'm not skilled in that area, decision making becomes hard. But if that is my area of study or knowledge or understanding, I'll be able to address it within a shorter time. The other thing is circumstances. What do I mean? Circumstances is a broad scope, but I'll only touch on various areas. Past experience. If you've made a decision and failed before, you're very hesitant to make a decision. Torture. If you have experienced a torturous experience before, it also affects how you make decision. Fear. Have you ever been threatened to make a decision? Excitement. At times when you're too excited, you end up spending much more money. Why? Because there are factors or circumstances to which they affect our decision making. Loss. If you ventured into a business and you manage to make a big loss, you're very hesitant in making your decision. Means, as much as you're willing to make that decision, do you have the means to be able to facilitate that decision? Greedy. Is it the desire to gain more and more for your own pleasure that is making you to make decision? Pleasure. Or even risk. Cost implication. Also, age is also a factor. We cannot exhaust circumstances at which one may consider when they're making decision. But the last and not the least, beliefs. What is it that you believe in? Do you believe in investment in real estate or do you believe in investment in another sector? What is it that you stand for? This may also affect. Let's look at the list of those things that I've talked about. Personality traits. They play a much bigger role in decision making than you may think. Some people are, by their very nature, indecisive. They find it quite difficult to make most of decisions. I often find these people very loyal to the decision when they make them. I'm sure you know people like this. Other people make decisions very or too quickly without even considering all the consequences that may come along with this. These people are impulsive. Your personality will determine whether your approach in decision making is rational or emotional. Most people make decisions based on their thoughts, their feeling, and their guts. You're wondering what is gut? You see that feeling you feel like, I don't know why I don't feel like using this matatu, but I won't go with this. Let's call it gut. From the head to the heart to your guts. Most spiritual people will say, my spirit is refusing. Yes, that is the gut. Meaning, they think, therefore, they decide. I've thought about it, then let me make a decision concerning it. And others, they feel, then they make a decision. I feel this thing is not good. It may not end up well. So they feel, then they make a decision. Others, they say, I know. Therefore, they make a decision based on that. A good decision made is a balance of the three. You think, you feel, and you know. That is ability to use the head or the mind, the heart, and even your gut in decision making. Number 2 factors to consider when you're making decision, timeline. Timeline also affect decision making in that some people, they set a timeline, meaning they have it helps them get to know they are working, they have enough time to do their research, or it means they do not have time even to make decision. Others are last-minute people who normally like working under pressure. In decision making, it's important to understand where you lie in regards to timeline and how best can you make informative decision based on the timeline that you've been given. Number 3, knowledge and understanding. Man is an island of knowledge, meaning people continuously grow in knowledge and understanding. Lacking of information can cause a delay in decision making. If you're not familiar in this area of study, how then can you make a decision? And that's why you find people making consultation, and they are required to get an enough timeline to be able to make consult and get adequate information, or for them to understand what is this business about. Number 4, I talked about circumstance. The broad about circumstance is so wide we cannot go into it, but let me just focus on past experience. It is based on that when something positive results from a decision that has been made, people are more likely to decide in a similar way given a similar circumstance. On the other hand, people tend to avoid repeating the past experiences, especially if they brought a bad result. So past experience has an effect in your decision making. Beliefs. Decision making is also filtered through belief lens, meaning anything that does not align with what person believes in does not pass through. In relation to raised question, how do I accept to be led as a lady, yet my husband takes forever to make decision, or even at times never makes it? Highlighted the 5 factors. It is important to note that decision making is a process that requires time to be able to choose wisely. And as a partner, it is normally wise to inform and enlighten your partner in regard to the area required or issue raised, clarifying and stating your perspective, and give your partner humble time to get back to you on the matter raised. A lady has thought through concerning where she would like her children to grow up in. An ideal place that she identify is Westlands, Nairobi, Kenya, with reasons such as location is near school, or it's even near a church. There is less traffic to church or even to the shopping mall, and it's closer to where they reside. She has also checked the availability of apartment for sales, and she knows if they combine finances with the husband, they can be able to buy a home. Note, the lady has done her research, cost implication, and has also convinced herself that the decision is the best for even the family. When this lady tells the husband about the idea, it is important she understands that they are not in the same level of understanding with the husband in regard to the buying of the house. Meaning, the husband has just heard about the idea, while the wife has already settled and made a decision. All she needed is just a confirmation from the husband. Ladies, when you sell your idea in this form, you make your partner feel their opinion do not matter. And in this case, all you're doing is to inform, not consult. This creates a bad feeling in men of being controlled, which results to them rejecting you or your well-thought idea at the expense of their own ego. This is normally illustrated by either silence or avoidance of the topic of discussion. This is the ideal approach. The moment the thought of searching for a residence dropped into your mind, share it with your partner. Let them also start thinking about it and even start checking around. 2. If you identify a place or a residence, take your partner with you. Explore the place together. This way, you both get to learn and buy into the same idea at the same time. Number 3, evaluate and explore the place together, checking against what both of you are looking for. What are the cost implications and how best can you be able to achieve it? To answer your question, what causes delay in spouse decision making is speaking from different level of decision making process. 2, one partner feels that he or she is being told, not being consulted in decision making. That is all for today. This is Heart Clinic with yours truly, Rechael Mbugwa. Thank you.